that, so you're good.
We are live. We are live, everyone. How are you doing? It's another Sunday, so it's time for another podcast. It's been a couple weeks since I've been able to do this, but I'm joined tonight by the most lovely crew of all. We've got GalacticBetta, Jazc, and May7733 here to talk about. I was thinking this week it was gonna be weird. There's like E3 stuff. There's some weird stuff going on with Nintendo leaks. Anywho, all that stuff and much less to come. Let's go around and introduce our guests, though. May, would you like to go first?
Sure. I'm Anna, and that's Tush over there. And I don't know. I also stream. I play whatever I feel like playing. Pocket and I were buddies before he was streaming, and then he likes to say that I inspired him to stream, but I don't like
You're
that
inspiring.
because I think you were probably like already ready to go, and you just needed someone to like kick you in the booty
A little
and be
nudge.
like just do it, you silly nugget. So you did it finally, and you're doing so great. And so I don't know. Hi, I it's nice to meet you guys. I know pretty much everyone in the chat though already. Hi.
Yes. What can I say? You're inspiring.
Sween, I miss you. Sween. Shout
We
out to
all
Sween.
miss Sween.
Shout out to Sween's family.
Yes. And next up, I guess Jazc. I guess tell us a small bit about yourself. We know. I know you.
Gamers, what? Well, Luigi here. No, just kidding. Well, hi
No!
guys. This is Jazz. Most of you already know me here. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Pocket, for the opportunity again.
Of course.
And yeah, guys, I'm very honored to be here.
Heck yeah, Jazc, you stream Nintendo, the like, all the good vibes. This week you were shiny hunting, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I included shiny hunting with the Let's Go game, and I play just a bunch of Nintendo games here and there. Very very big fan of Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, I hear they're pretty cool. I saw you catch dang it was a Bulbasaur, right? You finally caught that Bulbasaur. Did you catch the Charmander though? I saw you working on that for like a night or two.
Yeah, Charmander still has not shined or
Ah.
shown yet, but we're still there. I mean, it'll eventually happen. I know it.
It's gotta happen. It's destiny.
Gotta happen.
My destiny.
I mean, I never give up. I never give up on a shiny ever.
Yeah. Oh yes, and I will be there this week watching. It's gonna be a good time.
Yes.
GalacticBetta, how are you doing tonight? Today?
I'm doing good.
I don't
Thank
know
you
your.
for.
Yes. No, of course. Sorry.
What? Oh yeah, no. Thank you for allowing me to be on. This is actually really cool.
No, thank you. I'm excited about tonight and everything. And you stream Nintendo as well, and you stream a bunch of the.
I'm pretty variety. So I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect, and then today I'm actually
cool.
going to be playing Pokemon Snap.
Oh no
this,
way!
So I'm excited.
Snap.
Yeah. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
I played the 64 one, and I was like
Yes.
in love with it. And I don't think they have any other Pokemon Snaps.
No, that's the
like
only
a long
one.
time
This
ago.
is the
Okay.
first one in 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
absurd.
crazy.
Yeah,
it was
right?
such a good game.
It was.
It was
What the
pretty
issue?
good.
It was a great game, but it was also like short. It was.
Yeah.
I played it recently on stream, like a week or two before the new one came out, and I beat it within a night. Now there are things that if you wanted to complete the game, you'd have to like do some harder stuff, but you could plow through that game very quickly. The new one, they make sure they're able to have it be valued at a $60 price tag.
The
That's
replay
good.
value,
Yeah.
replay value, and the longevity of this game in general is amazing.
It's great.
Okay,
Because there's a sense of discovery as you replay the game. There's like rewards for continuing to go back to a level over and over, and because the level itself evolves. I mean, not to
So
get too
cool.
off track, but yes, you're gonna love Pokemon Snap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
I just loved it because I just got to see the Pokemon and their cuteness and just
Oh,
take
yeah.
pictures.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm excited.
I was so geeking out over that the first night. I didn't take a look at the trailers. Like, I'm sure one came up during one of the presentations, so I like snuck a tiny peek. But I tried to stay as as innocently away from any spoilers as possible, and it's so worth it. It's
Yeah.
seeing you do get to see him in the habitat. It is that satisfying. Awkward Fingers does have a question. Do we get an introduction of Beta's kitties?
Hi, awkward.
Little cat butt on screen.
Oh.
Anywho,
Yeah, that's Khaleesi. That's Khaleesi.
We have two cats joining us
She'll be unhappy
today.
if I move her, but yeah, she's here. She always sits here, and then when the green screen is on, it looks like she's floating, so you just see a floating cat butt.
That's awesome.
And we have a pupper.
Oh, the pupper's back. That's awesome.
No,
Oh.
she doesn't want.
So I'm the only one without an animal. Well, this is why I own Pokemon.
Sad times.
This is why I have Pokemon. There was so much news this week. So I do this podcast. I try to do it every week. Past 2 weeks, for reason or another, like a wedding, I couldn't do it, and there was not that much news to do during some previous weeks. But this week, as we lead up to E3, people are just throwing news left and right. Someone discovered, and even stuff that you wouldn't expect, because E3 is coming along. Random stuff like Earthbound. I don't know, GalacticBetta, if you know much about Earthbound, but they discovered old translation files about it from it, which is not stuff that you'd expect during a week like E3. Anywho, there's a ton of stuff to go through. One that sticks out to me is really quirky. I posted this in our channel. Injustice 2 Mobile celebrates Pride Month by having players beat up a queer character over and over and over and over. Apparently apparently the celebration is to beat up Poison Ivy over and over and over and over. That's
like
yeah.
I see what they're going for. So like, yeah, essentially when I read that, I'm just like, no, like they really didn't think this out, did they? Because apparently like you get like Harley Quinn tokens because they're supposed to be a ship. Like,
okay.
Like
yes.
Poison Ivy is supposed to be bi, and just they're supposed to be together, I guess. So I guess they're trying to go for like, hey, we have, LGBTQ characters in here, and they didn't think about how to implement correctly. I think they completely missed that.
I mean, I guess it's a fighting game, so they're probably like, what can we do anyways, right? And so someone was like, oh yeah, let's just feature this character, and you fight them. Have you played the mobile game? I've played a bunch of Injustice 2, but never the mobile game.
No.
But I can imagine they were limited, and they're just like, okay, yes, let's do this Poison Ivy thing. But yeah,
couldn't they have you instead play as Poison Ivy?
So that is a possibility, right?
Yeah, there were other ways to go about it. Like you have to think, on the one hand, I feel like this is just like one of those kind of clickbaity type articles where it's like, look, some people are mad about this, so let's make an article about it. But like then you have to think, well, you really could have done this better. I mean, come on. You really couldn't have just like celebrated that you feature LGBTQ characters without making them like the target of a bunch of abuse over and over as yeah. It seems like it could have been done better. So it like makes you think about it, but it also draws attention to something that's like an innocent mistake. Clearly, I mean,
like who wants to? Yeah,
it's like I see both sides here.
Yeah. So one user said it was tone deaf, and another user said at least they got the rainbow profile picture. So like, I don't know. It's one of those things that was like, you could avoid that so easily. You could avoid that bad press so easily. But I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe they're fine with it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's like it's a fighting game, so it's like you could have either made her the character, and made her hit people and get hit, or make her the person that gets hit all the time. And they chose B, which is like, I think I don't know how that game works, though. I might sound dumb saying that, but
No, I mean, I think you're right. Even if you haven't played the game, like they really should have thought about like, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't have them like they have to beat the shit out of them. You know, like it shouldn't have been. They
Yeah.
could have done something different just to honor the month because that's like
It's
that's essentially what Pride is like against. That's what we fight. Like we
They
fought
could just be
for.
like, here's some free in-game currency. We'll just call it the Poison Ivy gift box or something. I don't know, and just do something even like super inoffensive like that. Be like, free stuff, Pride Month. Woo!
Yeah.
No violence.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they could have done anything.
Anything.
So many things.
Anything. They could have just not
From
done
a
that.
PR perspective.
Yeah, they could have just
Yeah.
they could have just not done that. That's all they needed to do. Just not
Here's a
do.
Poison Ivy cosmetic. Enjoy.
Yeah. Here's five coins to use in game because of Pride Month. There you go. Right? Apparently in the Harley Quinn show they get married to each other, Bloodfire says. So,
Oh.
yeah. So, there is other news this week. We were talking right before the podcast about the fact that rolling out to partners soon and then slowly to affiliates, we're going to have animated emotes on Twitch. I know this isn't video game news, but this is important to each and every one of us here. How annoying is this going to get incredibly quickly?
It can go wrong in so many ways.
It's
honestly.
gonna go wrong so quickly.
What do you think will go wrong? Just the spamming?
Well, yeah. First of all,
I mean,
spamming.
it can be the spamming. It can be the actual emote itself.
Yeah.
Like imagine, like instead of the gasp ones, maybe imagine something like I don't know, loot or like
Yeah.
maybe like an emote with a booty twerking. I don't know, like.
I think
It's can
the
go
second
wrong in
that is what's most practically like going to be an issue because I think spamming can happen, but it's also the most easy to avoid because it's
Mhm.
like you auto mod and all kinds
Yeah.
of things can prevent that. But you can't really, except with manual review, really tell like what every
That's
single
what I was gonna say.
animated
Yeah.
thing is doing. Like, sure, it's easy to detect like stills of butts or something, but like you can have an innocent thing that actually is something dirty or some, you know,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit of a nightmare for like moderation purposes. But when it comes to spamming, I think on our level, for example, as streamers, it'll just be a matter of being like, okay, let's make sure on the back end, it literally can't happen. Like if they try it, the auto mod will be
Right.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insanity. It's insane. I don't know. I'm just expecting it to be a bit intense. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying. Yeah.
And I think that it can also be like in the same boat like as in like any change that that has happened on Twitch before. Like every time they do a little change, it's like there is like a period of time or a frame of time where people where things like spike or go crazy and then like settle down and things like find their balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. Different streamers have different cultures, and our mods do a lot of good work. So shout out to the mods.
Can we have some appreciation for the mods, please?
Yes,
Yes.
please. Because I'm sure this is just gonna go on their backs, like not ours. You know.
well, what emotes will you guys make if you guys
That's a good
first
question.
animated emote?
I'm gonna go lewd here, and I want an Ahego one. Okay, that's the lewdest one that I want, and I want an Ahego.
I will. I have to think on this. Jazc?
Maybe a dab one, since I'm not gonna dab on my channel.
You're 1 million points to dab.
100 million points. It'll take you 60 years to get the 100 million points.
I definitely need like an animated raid one, or like an animated
That'll be
one.
cool.
That'll be good for raid ones. I was thinking like a solid snake, like the exclamation points.
Oh yeah, that's
that
cool.
would be dope.
I
That
mean,
would be so cool.
with my theme, I have a bunch of hearts everywhere. I'll probably have some sort of either like hugs or something. Anywho, adorable dorky stuffs. So sorry, we're back to reality. The next piece of news that I found is a little interesting. Anybody play WarioWare back in the day?
Yeah,
No,
WarioWare.
Played it a couple times on the Wii.
Yeah, I was a dork who was obsessed with that one. Basically, there was a Nintendo sent out a questionnaire to a bunch of users asking whether they would pay full price for a WarioWare game on the Switch. Now, if anyone doesn't know what WarioWare is, it's a bunch of micro games. It's a bunch of random games in rapid fire succession. Like, quickly, literally one of the games is pick a nose. Another one
Yeah.
is like play a 2-second snippet of Mario
Exactly.
Brothers and don't die.
And they're
So-
all kind of silly and Wario-y. Like they're all like a little like there'll be snot and there'll be
Yeah.
just like broken parts of things. I don't know. It's very colorful. The music is always great. There's usually a storyline with very colorful characters.
Yeah.
But it's all a series of these micro games, like seconds long, like even like just 2 or 3 seconds sometimes of just like
And
catch this
yeah.
quick, it's falling. Ah! It's excellent. Or put together this naked statue that broke.
Yeah.
It's gonna be perfect for the Switch. I'm just gonna jump in and say that right away because
Yeah?
motion controls. I think you've got
Yes.
the portability that makes WarioWare so good for short spurts like a commute, but then you can plug it in and play with multiple people. Like the possibilities of WarioWare and Switch, like
Every time they do it though, they add a little bit of a gimmick. But so on the DS at some point, DS they had touch and the microphone. On the Game Boy Advance, they had a regular WarioWare, but then they had one with an accelerometer. The Wii used the Wiimote a lot. So every time they added a new game, they had another gimmick. But still, like for like a $60 price tag, it has the Pokemon Snap issue where you can beat the game fairly quickly because it's about 60 games that are 3 seconds long. Essentially, it's a little more than that, but I wonder. If have you
what
gone
if
back
we
and
had online or multiplayer, even like couch multi? If we
So that's
had
what they
some
did.
really good co-features,
Yeah, they did that with Smooth Moves, and it was pretty good. Yeah, making it into a party game is what they did on the Wii, and that was pretty good. Yeah, they have to do something to justify like the full price tag, though. I think. I don't know. What about you, Jazc?
Well, I mean, I can say that I didn't play that game much on the Wii, but the little
Oh,
I
yeah.
played on the Wii, it was really fun because I mean, sometimes you had to do like a little like chopping game with fruits or like
Yeah. And you're just like,
vegetables, and you needed to do this very fast, and then you needed to play like a mini game or something like that. So it was so dynamic, so, that you never found yourself like like boring or thinking that the game was like plain or like that is gonna get old too soon. It was really fun.
yeah. It's wacky. You never know what's coming
it's like
next, and
it's one of those things you want to go back to, though. Like
Yeah.
you'll be playing. You haven't played it for like 4 months, and you're like, you know what I really want to play today? WarioWare. It's like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
It is very satisfying for like a pick up and play type game.
Yeah, like if you have a couple minutes to spare, or if you just want to kill some time, like 30-40 minutes, you can just grab the game, play a couple mini games, and call it a day. And the thing that, like May said, the thing with the Switch is that it adds a whole new layer of possibilities with multiplayer online.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I'm thinking every time I say the word online, the first thing that comes to mind is freaking input lag. And like we're talking about something that requires a little bit of precision.
A lot of
So,
precision. Yeah, you're
and
right.
so yeah,
No,
like
I just
for
came up
on one
with
hand,
it. Yeah.
yeah, on one hand, it adds like a infinite or endless possibilities. On the other hand, also it can go like very wrong if they don't implement it right.
I just
Well,
came up.
let's say hypothetically there was a shiny new Switch
Ooh.
that could like handle all this better.
With an Ethernet port, apparently.
Oh yeah. Yes. I'm
Mm.
surprised they didn't like put that in there to begin with. Like
But the Ethernet port, yeah, that was pretty weird. I'm like,
and
why?
the joysticks
The
too.
possibilities will go differently with internet, I think, with that addition.
And the
Yeah.
joysticks, you're saying like on
The joystick like they need to fix them because
Oh,
apparently they break a lot.
The
I
drift
barely
thing.
use mine, yeah, but apparently like
I've
It's
stopped
been
using
like a
Joy-Con
no
drift,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. That
Joy-Con-
like
Yeah, Joy-Con drift is the bane of my existence, and so I stopped using my Joy-Cons entirely because of it. I only use the Pro
Yeah.
controller, and like I'll use it for Ring Fit. That's it. That's the only reason I
Yeah.
use my Joy-Cons. Like,
Yeah, I use it for fitness boxing too. That's it.
yeah. God, I gotta get that game.
You know what they need to bring back?
What?
It's off topic, but they need to
No,
bring
please.
back Double Dash because I'm a huge Mario Kart player.
Yes,
They
was a
need to
great-
bring back Double Dash.
Bring it back
I mean,
right
fine,
now.
I dare you
Claire.
to find someone who disagrees with that.
Yeah.
That's like saying, like, you know what's great? Pizza. Like everyone loves Double Dash. Double Dash is like the best. I
Right?
totally agree. It's like
Well,
it's like the perfect combination of everything.
well, it's
the
like
best couch
it's like
game ever. Bring it back.
it's like Mario Kart is pizza, and then Double Dash is, I guess, I don't know what goes with pizza incredibly well, right?
Pizza with garlic rolls?
Sure, I'll
Or
take
like-
that. Like, why would I take only pizza when I could have Double Dash added onto it?
No, it's like a cheese pizza, but if you eat meat, say it's like, oh, but I want the cheese pizza with all the meat. Or you can
right.
say in
maybe
a
it's like the cheese
vegetarian
crust.
version.
I think it's like the cheese crust.
It's like
of
the,
the
Oh,
it's
pizza.
like the good. It's like the good crust, or like the, you know, when they use the real cheese. You know what I'm talking about? Like they use like mozzarella, like just like lumps of mozzarella
Oh,
instead
like a
of like
margarita pizza with like the big pieces of basil on it too.
No, like that is a type of pizza like that, but I've just gone to like fancy pizza places where they just use like that real mozzarella cheese in like big lumps,
Oh,
and that's all they
yeah.
do, and it's
And
like
like you can see the chunks of cheese like on top of it.
Ooh.
Like
You
it's
can, like-
irregular, but it's
you can
wild
tell
but
there's
delicious.
a sweaty Italian guy in the kitchen. You know
Which
what I
is
mean?
Mario in a cart.
It's like
You know that pizza's coming out good though. He's
Yeah.
back there just whipping them out.
yeah.
That's
But
Luigi
yeah.
in back. Sorry. I'm like trying to. It's a metaphor. Yeah, Double Dash is really cool. I liked it. I was never a huge Mario Kart guy, but I love the different gimmicks they throw in. I love the anti-gravity mechanics and the drifting mechanics. I love when they add a little more intricacy to that game. I don't know why I'm saying that because I don't play enough Mario Kart, but I played it definitely more as they added that stuff. Huh?
Because Mad Dialga's so good.
Oh yeah, Maddie, our mod
We
is,
just can't beat her.
I challenge her
yeah, she
right
I
now.
dare you to
Maddie,
try-
if you're
she's
watching, I
so
challenge
good.
you.
She's not like joking around. She
I'm
can
not
back it up.
joking.
She can back it up.
No, we definitely need to do a Mario Kart night.
Thanks.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, Jazz and I did a sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, please go for it.
We did the 48 races, Jess. We did a co-stream where him and I were doing like against each other all 48 tracks.
I
and
remember
we
this.
had-
Who won?
I did. only because one of my friends redeemed a sabotage on
The other
his
way,
end.
like this.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
But Jazz is really good too.
I hate how little I'm obsessed with Mario Kart. I want to be more obsessed with Mario Kart because it's like the best selling game on Switch and everyone loves it. I don't know why it doesn't click with me as much as something like
Damn.
Smash. Well, most
We
of the
need to
games I
stop
own.
talking about Mario Kart. You guys are gonna make me want to buy it tonight because I got my
I
types
don't
are
own it.
ready to go.
Buy it.
How do you not
Buy
own
it.
Mario Kart?
Buy
Even
it.
I bought it and I
Own
don't
it.
like Mario Kart.
No,
Buy
I
it.
just everyone else who I would play with owns it. So I just like I'll be like, oh, I'm hanging out with like Maddie, then I'll play
yeah.
with Maddie. I'm hanging out with like Ducky, then I'll play on Duckies. And then every time I do that, I think, man, I really just want to like level up all the cars and everything myself and like
Sure.
get my own. But then what if by the time I do that, a new Mario Kart comes out?
That's true. What do you? So I know
That's a
that
good point. That's a good point.
you guys are big Mario Kart fans. I want to ask the question, what do you see in a new Mario Kart? But I do want before that to have a little bit I guess I was gonna call it a non sequitur, but it's gonna be a segue back to the WarioWare because I came up with the way that they could do online with WarioWare. You ready for it? WarioWare 99.
That's dope.
That would
That'll be
work
dope.
so well. So Galactic Beta in WarioWare, you typically end up playing against one in one of the characters levels, playing against like 20 mini games instead of the full like 50 or 60 mini games, and then you play them again. It's all randomized, and you'll play them again after like the 10th, after like a small boss level, faster. So if you kept playing these randomized mini games and they get faster and faster, and it's a battle royale, I think that would be really, really
Oh,
something.
that would actually be kind of dope. I'll try
Right?
it. Well, you guys talking about WarioWare, I'm kind of sad that I never tried it.
Yeah,
Or like
you should
really
give it-
heard of it.
Wait, you can probably get a pretty cheap. If you have a DS, you can probably get a pretty cheap copy of WarioWare touched, like at any of those secondhand game stores. Feel like I see it everywhere.
Yeah, I've got copies of most of them. May, if you come
And
over, we can do a
Touched,
WarioWare
in
night.
my
What?
WarioWare
Mm.
touched. WarioWare touched. You can't really stream, but I just want to say like that one's like my favorite. If you
It's
guys,
great.
anyone listening, want to try WarioWare, I love that one. I feel like the DS was made for WarioWare, but the Switch almost equally so.
Yeah, the one I need to get a copy of that's probably more expensive is Twisted. That's the one that has an accelerometer on the Game Boy Advance. Like,
That one's
Wow.
great.
yeah. And they also, once you do a bunch of the mini games, sometimes they'll unlock other like mini games that you can play for an extended period of time. Like endless runners and stuff like that you can play on the side. They'll have like a gong. Like they'll have random toys for you to play with in the game. It's a very weird game. Anywho,
I remember that.
right? They had a metronome. They'll have like
I
weird
remember it. It's like
things.
a toy box.
Yeah, in the toy box. Such weird things. So this is the year of Zelda, and we'll get back to Mario Kart soon. We'll do one more, and then we'll get back to Mario Kart. This is the year of Zelda. What do you think is going to be the big thing? I should save that for E3 talk. But what do you think is going to be the next big Zelda game? I guess it's going to be Breath of the Wild 2. But aside from that,
Skyward Sword's coming out for Switch.
yeah, that's definitely coming out. But do you think that they're going to have the others?
July 16th.
Huh?
Do you think that they're going to
What?
have the other like Twilight Princess and
I hope so.
Well,
what's the other one? There's another one.
I
there.
bring that up. People
Wind
go, "Well,
Waker.
they just did Twilight Princess HD,"
They did.
and I like
On
that's.
Switch?
I would say no, they redid it for Wii U.
They did it for Wii U. And the main
I think
complaint
so.
of
Yeah.
people is that, I mean, not everybody had a Wii U, and so a lot of people missed on that HD version
Right.
along with the Wind Waker, and so that's
So
the reason why
people want
people
it for
are like
Switch.
all crazy for
One of
Nintendo
my-
to actually port
yeah.
those games.
One of my best friends had a copy of it just show up to her, and she doesn't play video games. So she gets this copy of Wind Waker HD to her house, and she's like, I don't know what to do with this. Pocket, you want it? Of course I want it. What are you talking about? So I have Wind Waker HD.
Nice.
It's
Nice.
yeah, that was like the greatest situation ever.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Do you have a Wii U though?
Oh yeah, no, I bought the Wii U. Any
Nice.
console that will
Pocket
have
has everything.
I have an absurd collection. It's all stuff, but all my stuff I get from like GameStop doing buy two get two free, or like I wait. I'm very tactical with when I order from GameStop. Anywho, alas, I do own a Wii. Any system that
You're an
has
inside-
Smash Brothers on it, I will own. Don't tell Nintendo so they get ahead of themselves, but that is the game I'm obsessed with. Oh man. So that's going to be fun with E3 talk, but before we get to E3 talk, I want to ask, what would you want to see in the next Mario Kart? Which I understand, yes, it's going to be Double Dash is what you're going to want, obviously. But would there be anything else?
feel like a better online system. They need to fix their online. I feel like if they want to bring it back, they need to give people incentive to play it again. And the whole point of playing Mario Kart is so you can race and win. So I think that they need to start hosting things or allowing people to host. Because I know you have like the tournament on there, but it's always just, it's like kind of janky. And I feel it would be cool if they added like Double Dash as a game mode as opposed to like a full on game. Like you could do like a co-op kind of race thing, and you can have tournaments on there. And it would be kind of cool if they did, but it wouldn't be considered Mario Kart. But if they did switch up the vehicles to where like, oh, you can drive planes, or
like
would
go
it
full.
still be
That'd be
kind
Diddy
of
Kong
like
racing.
Yeah.
I would
yes,
go
like
for Diddy Kong racing. I would
I
definitely
love
go for
Diddy Kong racing.
you know what? Like, if they did that, I would get on it. I'm not a huge fan of Mario Kart, but I was playing Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed. I don't like racing games, and it was like it was surprisingly fun. They have the whole everything becomes it goes from car to ship to plane, just like in Diddy Kong Racing, but it switches between in the middle of the level. It'll switch between the three of them.
That's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah, and
That's
like
fun.
a level will be based off of Afterburner, which is like a ship game, a plane and ship game. Anywho, you'll see like these planes flying, and then you'll hit off a launch pad and you'll start flying. It's whatever.
That would be cool.
It's a super cool one. What about you, Jazc? What do you think would be? What do you want to see in the next Mario Kart? And don't say Waluigi because he's already in there. Why?
Well, in addition to all the suggestions that Beta added, which I think like they're really good. Like they definitely need to fix the online, especially the part where maybe you could have the ability to like kind of like in Smash where you can set up a password, and if let's say you get like a troll or someone, you just can kick them out. They did not fix that when they ported the game from the Wii U to the Switch, which is really disappointing. So yeah, I mean the online definitely needs to be not only fixed, kind of, but also improved upon, because you get all of these. I mean, and maybe this is part of to blame of the servers, because I mean you get all of these random disconnections. You're playing a race like any other game you would be playing online, and all of a sudden just disconnects, and then you want to rejoin the race and it doesn't allow you to rejoin, and then you need to power cycle your entire Switch, or need to go back to your modem and stuff. Yeah, it does not.
Sounds like the game is getting to work.
Yeah. It's the
that aspect of the online definitely they need to they need to raise the bar. Another thing that I would probably maybe suggest they could do. I mean, because they have already done the flying gliders thing that was introduced in Mario Kart 7. They introduced the anti-gravity, kind of trying to emulate F-Zero. That actually put the last nail in the coffin of the F-Zero, because since they already have the anti-gravity in Mario Kart, and why why or what reasons would they have to bring F-Zero back?
They would need to find like an actual gimmick to bring F-Zero back. Some super speed gimmick.
As an F-Zero fan myself, I would say just get F-Zero GX, which is already an amazing game.
Yes.
Maybe tone the difficulty a little bit down, because the game is really hard.
I can't
so that the casuals can also enjoy it. Or maybe just set it. Maybe you can choose your difficulty at the beginning. Like maybe you are an experienced player who wants something really challenging, or you're some just regular casual that just want to enjoy a new game or something like that. So yeah, I mean, just get F-Zero GX, add online. Maybe not with 30 people, because it's gonna be chaotic netcode everywhere.
The music slaps.
The music freaking slaps. May you just spit facts there. They could do. This is just a crazy idea. Probably it's not gonna happen, but they could do something like they did in Smash. Like instead of a Mario Kart, like a Nintendo card, just add a bunch of characters
So that was gonna be
Maybe like in the
my
everyone is
thoughts.
here. Yeah, like in the
Like,
everyone is here.
everyone is here.
Free.
Add in. If you don't want to do F-Zero, add in F-Zero characters. Like whatever, I don't
Yeah.
care. You're not gonna do a Star Fox game. Add in Star Fox into Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I would
Ooh,
play it
that'd be
more if I would have. Like Mario characters are so bland. I love Bowser Jr. and I love when Jazc is playing Waluigi. Yeah, GalacticBetta. Yeah, what's up?
Before the thought, you know what they
Yes.
should do?
What?
They should allow you customizable skins for the characters.
That'd be fun.
Depending on like
That'd be
maybe
cool.
your PR, like or like there's certain sorry that it was just real I was really
Yeah.
excited to express that. No, add customizable skins too. So like cause like what you said, they are bland.
When
But
did
what if you
they
look
allowed
over
you to
and
do
there's a
that
little
on
Mario?
something? Did they allow you to do
I
that
don't
on the DS version?
I don't know. I haven't played
Sorry,
the
not the
DS
DS.
version.
Yeah, the DS version.
Or
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong there. They allowed you to do that on the Simpsons Hit and Run. Sorry, Simpsons Road Rage GBA game. You could
Yeah.
change the colors. It was a color scheme. You could change the like texture, the colors to be whatever you wanted. It was very weird. But it
that
was
sounds strange.
yeah, it was yeah, and so it was crazy taxing. You could customize it like that. But even if it was just that, where they allowed you to change colors, they would never do it on like the characters, but the cars maybe they could allow you to customize. That would be
No,
cool.
I mean like yeah, I mean that'd be cool or I feel like they can really go in depth with it, like change the different style of characters' clothing, as well as maybe like you can make your own logo for your card.
Oh, that'd be
So
cool.
Like in the Nintendo DS game, you could
That's what it
actually create a
was.
logo,
good.
and depending on the character you chose, the card itself changed colors, which kind of that was carried on to the next Mario Kart and so on.
So
Yeah.
That'll be really cool.
I
And please,
No,
but I
Nintendo,
feel-
please add all the tracks. Add all of them.
all the
There's
tracks,
no excuse.
all the tracks,
No
Customize.
longer an excuse.
yeah,
all the
customize-
tracks.
What's that, May?
I was gonna say all the tracks sort of ties in because and it all ties in with F-Zero 2 here with what I would add because it's you need more variety in the tracks, and if you had some sort of story mode, you would have an excuse to like tie those into some sort of story, and it's
Yeah.
sort of like Smash where it's like, yes, it's a party game, yes, we can do whatever we want, but maybe we can tie some unlocks to going through a story mode that encourages you to get some other like new thing out of this besides it being just another Mario Kart game. But F-Zero, I was gonna ask, like, would you guys consider a new F-Zero game if it had like a really cool story or something in addition to the cool races? Like,
yeah.
would that?
I'd play through a story mode in
Definitely.
most games. I don't
Totally.
play Mario Kart because I don't know, like I don't care about casual races. I don't know. I don't get into it as well. Either I'm better than everyone else in the room, or people in the room actually play Mario Kart and thus can kick my butt. And I don't know. It just doesn't feel. It feels great to like play a round or two on Hyrule Castle and F-Zero. Just I love the crossover stuff.
Yeah,
Why don't you
I
do
think
a
they're heading
story?
towards a Nintendo Kart anyway.
What was
And
that,
a story, yes, right?
Yeah, story. Yes.
But like, how would you do one for a racing
well,
one? What
I
would
mean,
you?
Mario
would-
Party has
No, they
story.
actually did on F-Zero GX. It actually has a story mode, but it's very short. Like it only has 9 chapters. The replay value that it has is that the difficulty is incredibly high. Like, I don't think like a casual player could be able to beat that game. Like unless they grind for months, because it was the same case for me when I started playing F-Zero GX. I was just like learning the mechanics and the engine, the strategies, the physics, and it took me at least 2 years to like
It's-
manage
F-Zero's
the
punishing.
like the ladder, like the learning curve.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's such a punishing game, F-Zero. I was not able to get anywhere in it. Kev says
Punishing.
it's one of the best racing games, period.
For me, it's the
Uh,
best. For me, it's the very best.
It's a great like
I love
arcade
F-Zero.
game. I think they have arcade.
the soundtrack
versions.
is
Yes.
what I love about it.
all the
best.
music, all the music. Oh man, I would
Yeah,
kill.
Another game I wish I played. Damn it! I feel like I haven't played a lot.
Well, you have a list of games. Do like a day where you plow through a couple of those games.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I'm
I don't
like
know.
looking
You have
it
to figure
up
it out.
to see if I.
Yeah. So there's random other news like oh man, I actually plowed through a couple of these. There's Cyberpunk didn't sell well this recently. Not really surprised there. EA delisted Need for Speed games from
Oh,
stores.
I really need to add something there.
Yeah. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, like I was like when I was young when I started playing the Need for Speed games, I was totally like absorbed. I really loved the game, and in my opinion, it reached the franchise. It reached its peak when they released the Most Wanted game in 2005, and from there it was like downhill. Like from that point onwards, it was always. I mean, this is probably like a biased or a very
Sure.
personalized opinion, but yeah, from there it went all downhill, and I never touched any other game. Like
Oh wow.
I tried Pro Street. I tried, which was kind of decent. I tried
I've never I
Undercover. I tried
yeah.
Hot Pursuit, the revamp of the Hot Pursuit franchise, and man, like
My
it
friend
was not
was
the same
obsessed.
anymore.
One of my best friends was
That
obsessed
makes
with
me
it, but
almost
I've
a little
never.
sad, like
Yeah.
a series you
Oh,
love
Yeah,
that
it
you had
does
to
make me feel
give up.
sad because I love those games. But on the other hand, I see maybe the games were not selling well, or maybe they started reaching a point where there was no longer like place for creativity to keep the
Oh.
game fresh. And
yeah.
yeah,
You're
I mean, it
reminding
was
me. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
beautiful. Sorry, it was just a beautiful game. I didn't play it too much, but honestly, the graphics are dope as hell.
Yeah. I was going to say that this reminds me of the only racing game that I enjoy, which is Burnout. I love crashing.
Burnout.
Cuz like growing up I played Road Rash on like the Super Nintendo. And I
Mm.
love that. I love the, any racing game that adds in like a mechanic where I can attack the other player. Twisted Metal Black. Have you
Twisted Metal, I was gonna bring up. Yeah,
Oh
you would love
yeah.
Twisted Metal.
It's like I can't really go back to it because it's a little clunky. Like parts of it are clunky, but it's so iconic and it's the darkest game I ever played at the time. It was the darkest game. Like that was a really dark game for like 2001, I think. I don't know when I've got to see when this came out. Twisted Metal
Yeah,
Black.
I'm
Metal?
surprised my mom let me and my cousin play that.
It's all like really dark.
Have you guys
2001.
played?
I was right.
Have you guys played Clock Tower?
I've played a little bit of
No.
Clock Tower. I've actually
That-
done that. Clock Tower
Speaking of
is like
dark games,
Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I
it
don't think
was
I've ever played that one.
PlayStation. I played it on, or watched my sister play it on PlayStation.
Oh, you're talking about
1?
Clock Tower, the 3D one. That's, I think,
Yeah,
I think that's Clock Tower 2.
Clock Tower 2. Yes, Clock Tower 2.
I
my
played the
bad.
original Clock Tower. A little bit of
What's
it.
Clock Tower?
It's a horror game. And the reason I played the original Clock Tower is because it was one of the first survival horror games ever. I guess on console. So Clock Tower 1, it's 2D and you have to not be killed by this random dude with a giant pair of scissors.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
It was
Clock
so
Tower
cool.
1, and
Yeah, exactly.
and you would have to like hide, like you would have
I'm
to find
so
a place to
Googling this for
hide.
later.
Like
Yeah.
there was no way you can kill this guy because
Yeah.
you're completely defenseless, and then everything's like triangles and squares. Like it's very like
Yeah.
compared to graphics today.
This is
But
not
at
the
the
game for me.
At the time, it's terrifying because you'd hear the music start to play.
Yeah.
And like, oh, you don't know where he is or what room he's gonna come out of, so you'd have to hide, and it was just
It's all about the setup and the ambiance. It doesn't matter how many pixels it is. Anything can be
100%.
scary. That's why there are horror novels. You don't even need to see anything to be scared.
It was so
Yeah,
good, but
it's-
yeah,
Like I'm not a survival horror guy, but just because I've never played a single Resident Evil game. I don't think I've ever played, and I've got RE4 on GameCube waiting for me at some point. But like when I see I'm obsessed with video games as an art form, so I like had to look up the genre. So if anyone knows anything that came before Clock Tower that was a horror game, I guess there was the Freddy game for. Sorry, there was the Jason game for the NES. There was an what's the Jason Nightmare? Not that's what's the Jason series?
Friday
Halloween.
the 13th
Yeah,
or
Friday the
Halloween.
13th. It was Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
For the
Halloween is
NES.
Mike Myers.
Yeah. So that's right. That's right. Yeah. So that's the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
guess I've got to
anyway,
play that.
yeah.
I mean, are you guys playing Resident Evil 7? It's out now.
I watch people play Resident Evil
I do the
games.
same.
I love
I don't play the
watching
game. I
people
watch
play
people
them.
play it.
Because then when
I
it gets
finished
spoopy,
it.
I can look down or just talk
Yeah.
to chat.
I'm not a
No, I
spoopy
don't
guy.
like playing them.
But like, I can see something like Dead by Daylight. If I was able to understand Dead by Daylight's mechanics well, it would be so my game. I love like asymmetrical player versus player games. It sounds so cool. Anywho,
I love horror games. Like my favorite Resident Evil was the second one because to me that was the scariest. Resident Evil 7, I was like, it's not bad, but for me, since I grew up on Resident Evil, like the transition from what Resident Evil used to be until Resident Evil now is very different. Like in the second one, you're stuck in a police station and they're actually zombies, like what Resident Evil began to like started with. So you had to find your way out of the police station, and there's just moments where you're going into really dark rooms and you'll just hear zombies walking around, and I'm like, that was the most scariest one to me as opposed to 7. 7 had jump scares, but story wise I personally didn't like it, and
yeah.
it wasn't too scary to me.
Well, what Jazc is getting, I see that look on your face.
I have a question for you, Beta.
Yeah.
What do you think about the fixed camera angles? Because I think that was the selling point. Like
The
that,
camera-
like, sometimes you would be on a room, like very tight room, and then suddenly when you move like that you suddenly like moves away from that, gives you another angle, and out of nowhere you find a zombie, and whoa, what the hell is
The
this?
camera angles, like Resident Evil was known for its camera angles
Yeah.
And
too.
tank controls.
And yeah, because it controlled what you saw, which in turn makes it even scarier. Like in Resident Evil 1, like when you would go I remember when you go through hallways, it's always at a fixed angle. So you'll just hear zombies if there's zombies in the next room, but you can't see where they are or where exactly the corridor is going to be turning to.
So I have
I missed that.
I have Resident Evil 2 here. My roommate has it. And it's one of the weirdest games on the N64. Oh, we have the N64 version. It actually switches aspect ratios between scenes. It does some weird stuff between scenes with the N64. So it's one of those carts to like test. With the extra RAM, it actually becomes, I think, it changes things. It's the weirdest game with the extra RAM cart if you put it in. Anywho. Do you think it's worth going back to? I don't know. I can't. I just can't do survivor
It depends
horror
on.
always.
If you can't do survivor horror, then I would say no, because you already won't like the aspect of it. Yeah. So
that's fair.
But it's really good. It's really good. Dead by Daylight is another fun one. I suggest playing that with people. The reason why I don't play it anymore is because when you go online, just a lot of people that I've noticed tend to just mess around, or like they don't really help you, and like
you need
that's what I heard. I asked my friend like if I should join DVD, and he was like, well, you would like it, but then you wouldn't like the online people. And I was like,
like, and another issue is that the killer tends like you know how the killer has to hang you on hooks, and then your friends have to come save you. The problem with that is that the killer could just camp the body. Some nice players don't do that. They run away from the hook to look for more people, which is what you're supposed to do. But the killers, if they just want an easy win, they'll just camp the body.
Yeah,
and so it's just like,
it's so
they
annoying.
need to fix that.
Yeah, it's like where in the Mario Kart you're doing battle mode with the renegades, and then the piranha players are just around the switch, so you cannot get even closer to like free your friends from from the jail or the cell.
Exactly. And I love the concept of Dead by Daylight. I think that's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
I love the characters. I got Ash from Evil Dead
Oh, cool.
unlocked. I'm like, I had to get him.
I don't know.
It's
Can
a.
you unlock it by playing? Because that's gonna make me play it a bunch.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't
'cause they-
think so. I think you
Because they
have
added
to buy
Stranger
'em.
Things stuff and Resident Evil. They added
Yeah.
Nemesis, I think, from Resident Evil. That's Resident Evil 2, right? Yeah.
Yes, Resident Evil 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I haven't played in so long. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's gonna get me into it. So I think we sidetracked from what I was saying. I want Mario Kart to have crashing. I want it
Oh
to
my
have the
God,
crash
they
mechanic
really
from Burnout.
They should.
I would
They
go nuts. It's never gonna happen because they want that to be the family-friendly game. But
I would love that to be in like a separate game mode, but I
Yeah.
would be really annoyed if that was like in
Yeah.
the personally. I hate to be the killjoy. I like
Yeah.
hate stuff when people can like screw up what I'm doing. Like even though that's part of Mario Kart, like so any way that like people can be like, I'm Bowser and I just ruined your day because I drove by you.
yeah.
Like I would be like, can we just save that for like the battle mode where we're hitting each other with items anyway? But
I mean, you're already hitting each other with items. That's the game, right? So
yeah, but like if I guess it just leaves more room for like to feel more personally like mad
Yeah.
at people. I think it'll make me feel like icky. I'm competitive. So like I'm fine like okay, fine, we have items. It's sort of random. It is what it is. If you're good at shooting green shells at people, it's like, I shake my fist at you.
shaking
But
fists.
I don't know. I'll get real butthurt.
Yeah, I hear that.
They-
I hear that.
They need
Okay,
to
here we
get
go.
rid of. They
Tell
need
us.
to get rid of the freaking lightning bolt. I am so
Hate
sick
it.
of it.
Hate it.
You'll
Agree.
be in 12th place and you still get small, and it's like I'm in 12th place. I shouldn't get small. I shouldn't be affected, and
Hey,
it just
say it
affects
louder.
everyone, and it helps nobody at all. Helps nobody.
It's
Say
Beta,
it louder.
Sorry.
I was playing before we started the testing for the audio and stuff. I was
Yeah.
actually playing Mario Kart with some friends
Yeah.
on Twitch, and I was winning the race, and I was like maybe I don't know like a corner before getting to the finish
I
line.
don't like where this is going.
I got lightning. Like
Oh,
2
no.
seconds later, when I tried to get some momentum to go to the finish
Oh,
line, I got
no.
hit by the blue shell,
Oh,
and then
no.
a guy behind me had 3
So-
red shells. I got destroyed, and I went from first to 11th in a
Oh,
matter of
no.
5
Yeah.
or 6 seconds.
That sounds
Wow.
like you, my friend, got Mario Karted. That's
Yeah.
what my friend. That's
That
what
is-
Waffle says. My mod Waffle. He says you got Mario Karted.
Yeah, welcome to Mario Kart.
Yeah, you got Mario
The Mario
Karted.
Karma, like they say.
The Mario Karma.
Oh my god.
Mario Karma.
It's just like a feeling you can only have in Mario Kart, where you're like this close to victory, and someone's like red shell, blue
Yes.
shell,
I-
lightning bolt. And
The-
then suddenly you went from first to 8th, and you're like just like trundling in like lopsided into the finish
Yeah.
line.
It doesn't
Yeah, and
happen
you're-
like that in something like Smash. It would never happen like that in Smash. You have too much control.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are so lucky. Not lucky, but they are so smart, is what I meant to say, for not adding voice chat in Mario Kart.
Yeah. And
That would
could
be
go so
So
wrong.
bad. That would
That
be
could be
so
wrong
bad.
in so many ways.
yeah. Go on.
That game, honestly, I don't rage at game. But like when it comes to Mario Kart, and because I'm really competitive just at that game. Any other game like Smash Brothers, I have fun at it, but I can't get like competitive.
Get into
It's
the
only
competitive
Mario
Smash scene.
I tried.
It's so
I
much
am
fun.
such a noob,
Come play with me and Jazc.
and all
Yes,
I play
please,
is
Hey,
do
come
it.
play with us too.
Okay.
Do it.
I love
I'm just like,
Smash too
okay.
much.
okay.
Okay. I am too obsessed with Smash Brothers. I'm like, yeah, we'll teach you. We'll teach you all the things. It's not easy though. I can't say
It is
everyone
not.
Yeah, it's not an easy game.
It is not easy. When I hosted my Smash tournament, I like to watch people play it.
Okay.
And I just like it because like the characters. I love how
For sure.
I love the whole concept. And I'm typically always more casual player. And I play also games for the story or the
100%
character.
same.
Yeah. Because like
Yeah.
unless if it's Mario Kart,
Yeah.
otherwise I don't like to get too sweaty to the point where I get angry,
Yeah.
and I also just get lazy. Like that's why I never get better, is because I don't like
You don't
try. I get
grind. Yeah,
lazy
you
at
don't
it.
It's
grind
real
the learning
work.
curve.
I don't grind. It really is, and
It is.
props to anybody who
Well, I
does
mean,
it. I
like
just can't
I play
mentally do it.
I play Smash competitively, but I also don't care to make to make it into work, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like I'll
yeah.
play competitively, but like I'm not gonna worry if I lose in a match. Like whatever, that's
Exactly.
fine. Unless it's to Jazc. Yeah, you can
I-
kick.
Jazc.
Well, I mean,
I do get pretty
in,
competitive. I
yeah,
do
in
get
my
mad.
case, when it comes to Smash, I really enjoy the fact that there are like so many characters to choose
It's
from,
absurd.
and that's where the idea of just using random characters was born. And so I just pick random, and
It's
I let the
brilliant.
game pick my character. And
Oh,
that way I can
like
kind of learn about
Yeah.
different characters and enjoy the like all of the content that the game has to offer. Because if you main one character,
yeah.
I mean, you're eventually gonna get very good at the game, but you're missing all the 90% of the content that the game has to offer.
Yeah.
You're not really like getting advantage of all of that content. And
Yeah,
so
They
I
have
completely agree. Yeah.
they have a
Mhm.
specific mode
That's right.
where you choose like up to 5 people, and you have one stock of each of those. Like I think that should be like a bigger deal, and that should be on in online. Like
I agree.
really wish if they did that, I would only do that online, because it's like Marvel vs. Capcom used to have, I think it was 3 different characters, and you'd choose 3 and you'd switch between them. It made it such an interesting variety, and like you'd have like counter picks to things. It was so cool.
Yeah.
It's
I think
sort
Mortal
of
Kombat has that. Some of
yeah,
Mortal Kombat games have that.
Oh, cool.
and I think Mortal Kombat 2 has a story, right?
yeah.
And I was gonna say, like, I think something that, correct me if I'm wrong, and I think that some
Oh, mic cut out.
Oh. Oh.
No.
May is out for a second. In the meantime, don't worry about it, May. We will talk
oh,
about
is
other
it?
things.
It's because I wasn't pushing.
I guess so.
I wasn't pushing to talk. Yeah, I wasn't pushing to talk. I let go. Sorry. I
Welcome
let
back.
go. I'm
good.
fine. Everything's
Welcome
fine.
back.
So I was gonna say, there's a story. I took my hand off the mouse.
Yeah.
If there's a storyline, you kind of get forced to learn how to use different characters.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to what I was saying, like in Mortal Kombat and Smash and everything, even if it has a very, very, very light story, there's usually something to be like, now you have to play as this or overcome this character that can't be taken on with your main.
Yeah. Smash
and
has
I
that
think
story
it's
mode.
good to yes, and I'm saying that that's why I'm kind of think that F-Zero and and Mario Kart and everything would benefit from something like what Smash has,
Well,
because Smash's story mode really like
F-Zero definitely had a story mode later on.
yeah,
and it was pretty goofy.
and I think it helps.
Yeah, it was goofy,
like,
but yeah, they
boost the race aspect itself from
Yeah.
like just being a racing game.
Yeah.
It becomes more of a challenge of like
Do you guys remember?
how do you
guys remember
use
when?
all aspects, like Jazc said.
Yeah, do you guys remember on Mario Kart DS there was actually like a mission mode where you could do like you could clear like different challenges, and they even included like mini boss battles. So you
That's
had to
awesome.
race, for example, on Baby Park against like a big Bob-omb, and the big Bob-omb would just run across the track, and you
That's
needed to
cute.
actually beat them in Baby Park. And
yes,
it was really fun. I really enjoyed the DS version because of that innovation. I don't know why they
That's what
didn't
brings me
carry
in.
on.
But like, isn't it interesting? Like, can you believe that Mario Kart 8 is like the best-selling thing on Switch? Like, all it needs to be is a party game, and it sells better than Breath of the Wild. It'll sell better than like every other game.
Well,
It's so better
I
than
don't think
Pokemon.
it doesn't just need to be a party game. It's it's Mario. It's Mario Kart. It's something that like all the parents know now, because
Yeah.
they played Mario Kart 64, and they're like, oh, I played Mario Kart on Mario. My sister and brother call it Mario for some reason,
Super
just
Mario
because they were born in the
Sisters Kart.
80s. I don't know if they have to pretend they're cool and they don't know how to pronounce Mario anymore. But anyway, the parents all played the Super Mario, and so now I think it's a combination of
I love it.
it's a party game, but it's like it's Mario Kart. Like
Yeah, but like Mario doesn't
there's
sell as
nothing
well as Mario
offensive.
Kart.
That's because it's Mario Kart. Like
Yeah.
everyone played Mario Kart as a kid.
And
And
it's
it was like
iconic.
even
It's
if
an
you
icon already.
yeah, even if you weren't like a gamer, like one of your friends had the Mario Kart and you played it with someone. Like it was because it's like super inoffensive, it's super accessible to people that don't play games, that are gamers. It doesn't surprise me at all that it's the best selling game on the Switch because
Yeah.
it's not niche in any way, shape, or form.
I will
Yeah.
And you
admit to not
find it in
understanding it.
arcades too.
Yeah.
So
Now, it also surprises me that not even Animal Crossing so as much.
Yeah. Like not
And
even
Animal
Animal
Crossing is a
Crossing.
big
Fair.
thing.
That's fair because Animal Crossing was like a thing.
But like so is Pokemon. Pokemon's the biggest franchise in the world and it's not outselling Mario Kart.
Yeah, but
And-
Pokemon's also, as a huge Pokemon fan, been
Yes.
putting out the same things
They
over
are.
and over
They
for
are.
years.
We're
and
very
they continue
disappointed in
to
you.
do it.
Go to your room, Pokemon.
Not that Mario Kart hasn't been doing the same thing.
yeah.
But I think that it's also a little more niche than Mario Kart. Like
Yeah.
the act of playing Pokemon is something that takes like time and commitment and knowledge of Pokemon. And like the act of playing Mario Kart is like how do I go?
Well, just press A,
Like,
Yeah,
no, you
I
don't.
here,
sit-
and that's it.
You don't press
I
A
have
anymore.
friends that are totally clueless about games, and you just sit them down
Yeah.
and you just go, "This is how you move. This is how you go. This is how you shoot an item," and they're good. They don't need to know anything else about the game.
Yeah.
But
So what
like
is that
people that
lightning
don't
bolt
play games, yeah, exactly. And so like people
it
that
ruins
don't,
your
if
life.
you don't, if you sit someone that doesn't play games down and you're like, this is Pokemon, you see, and you gotta whittle their health down and then you can throw the ball and then you have to train them up. Oh, but if they die, you could just go to the Pokemon. It's like, okay, this is too much. I'm gonna go like
Right.
read a book or play
But-
Sudoku. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's
With
too
Mario
much
Kart,
for
you-
non-gamers.
Yeah, with Mario Kart, you don't have to press a button. The game will auto run for you, and you'll feel awesome. Like they
If you turn
got
on,
rid of
if you
it.
turn on the
True.
option, yeah.
Yeah.
If you turn on I have the option off, that's cheating.
Yeah,
That's
I'm telling
cheating.
you,
That
it's
is
so
cheating.
ridiculous. You don't. There are two things that I think it automatically adds them. You don't have to press on the gas, and you won't. It'll automatically smooth out your turn so you don't hit a wall,
Or you don't
Sure.
fall off.
or you don't fall off.
There was one time I'm like, why? I should have fallen off there. Am
Yeah,
I
like,
just
what?
really good? And then I saw it was on, and I'm like, what the hell? This is cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I
And
have to be sweating trying to make this turn, like drifting all like precise and stuff?
Yeah.
And then this person's just like, oh no, I just get to do it for free. And I'm like, no.
No.
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why that meme where they started like putting videos on YouTube where Luigi would win a
Yes.
race with doing nothing.
Luigi
That's
Death
I
Stare
think
as
that's where
well.
the meme was born with that thing.
He was literally just had auto on.
Yeah, everything was turned on, and like you can just put the controller there and it'll go.
No.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That, like,
And
defeats the
he
purpose.
will do the stare of
Luigi.
evil, like
Yeah.
go like-
Luigi Death Stare.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
that
love
stare.
that meme so much.
It's so great. So
It's
simple.
literally
Wow.
what it's the rage you feel in that game. Whenever you rage out, you become that meme. Like
True.
So, then I wanted to make sure we got to our E3 predictions at some point.
Mm,
It's coming up. Nintendo's E3 is June 15th. But do you guys have any predictions for the entirety of E3? For me, obviously, I'm going to talk about the Smash character. That's definitely what's going to be on my radar. That and Metroid Prime. They have to show
Ooh.
something about Metroid Prime. I don't know.
Metro Prime 4, you mean?
Yeah, Metroid Prime 4. People thought for a while that they were going to do like a collection of the first 3 Metroid Prime games, but they're not going to. There was an article recently saying that like one of the developers said it would be really, really hard to map the controls of the second and third game, or just the third game. The third game was for Wii. Yeah, it would be really hard to map those controls because they're all pointer controls from a Wiimote. It was a Wii game, and so it doesn't function the same way. The entire game was based around that. But then again, Skyward Sword's coming out, so they must have found something.
That's exactly what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
like they must have found something. But this is different because it's a first-person shooter, you know. Um, that is what I
yeah,
want
it
out of
requires a
E3.
different level of different level of precision, but they must have figured something out.
Yeah. They definitely figured something out. They definitely figured something out. They did that as well with Mario Galaxy 1 on there. Like,
Yeah, Mario Galaxy's motion controls felt amazing.
oh really? I haven't even tried it. I was scared.
Oh no, it's great. I use it even on my Pro controller, and it feels great.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I would love it. I would love it if they came out with the trilogy. But yeah, Metroid for me. Even throw in Star Fox. I don't know. Um, I don't need much. All I want is a new Smash Bros. Character, and I'll be happy. Maybe give me a little bit of footage of the new Zelda game.
Please,
I
Nintendo.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't need much. What about you guys?
Well, I was just looking on the Reddit subreddit.
Yeah.
Some of their predictions are, which I just started. I started
Yeah.
playing Bayonetta, so someone's
Oh,
hoping there's
yeah,
going to
it's
be a
great.
Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3,
They've been working on it for a
Splatoon
while.
3 as well.
Yeah.
Splatoon. I've been told to play that so many times. So many
The
times.
online's pretty fun. I've never played it, but that's what everyone says. The online looks like
Yeah.
amazing to
I
me.
that's just like Mario Kart. I had that game. Someone actually gave me that game. That was very kind of them. And I didn't get into it. Both Mario Kart and Splatoon are both games that my nephew plays now.
Nice. Nice.
My
Oh, and then
4-year-old
I
nephew. Yeah.
Oh, nephews. I have an 8-year-old.
Aw.
Nice.
Yeah.
He learned the flight simulator, like that flight simulator game in
Which one?
VR. I don't know which
Oh, I
one.
don't
It's
know.
just like where it teaches you how to actually fly like a
Okay.
jet.
That's a
Sure.
super smart kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I got there and he got the VR for his birthday, which just recently passed.
Yeah.
And so apparently he's been watching YouTube videos on how to do it. So he's like, he told me to come watch him, and he's just like explaining what all the buttons to do, and that's like a whole panel of like, oh, you turn these two switches on, you have to make sure the fuel is on, or like the fuel gauge or something, and then he's like, that's our HUD display, heads up display or whatever. This just shows our navigation and how high our altitude is, and he was just like,
Video
just
games.
going through this whole process that he learned on YouTube, and I'm like.
Video games make kids geniuses.
That's amazing.
This is crazy.
Honestly, my heart was so happy. I
Oh
can
my
just
gosh.
go on and on about how great that was, but yeah, sorry.
No, that's. I mean, yeah,
Pretty cool.
It was so dope.
Whenever people ask me when I was growing up, like, how did you learn that? I'm like, I don't know. Someone mentioned it in The Simpsons or some video game taught me it. I don't know, because it wasn't anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jazc, got any predictions for E3? One other thing I'd want is Silksong. I'm a dork for Hollow Knight. If they came out with any more news for, I think they said not to expect much at E3 for Hollow Knight.
I need to play that game.
You
it
really
looks
do.
so
It's
good.
so good.
It looks so good.
It's
There's
so
so
good.
many games I want to play. I love the art style.
It's
It's
beautiful.
actually gorgeous.
It's made by like 3 people,
gorgeous.
and one of them is the musician. So
Ugh.
it's amazing.
I love that so much. It's just, I love the vibe that it gives off.
Yeah,
And
I
I've
mean,
seen people play it, and I'm like, this is beautiful. Like, what the hell? It's so cute.
yeah, and
It has no business being as cute and creepy as it is.
Yeah.
Cute and creepy, like mixed together. Who would have thought it was gonna be a good combo? And it is.
I mean,
Like-
Binding of Isaac. Anybody? Yeah, like there's a bunch of games that do that. A lot of Tim Schafer games are like that. Right? Is it Tim Schafer? The Psychonauts stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's a lot of cute and creepy stuff, but
What about Little Nightmares?
Little Nightmares. I have not played that one. I have not played
Wonderful.
that one. But I did. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good.
Oh man.
Good.
I
That's so
rewatched. I was watching Normcore Gaming play Hollow Knight. He was up to the end, and I nearly cried again. That ending is just so it's so good, and it's a really tough boss fight, even for me who like I can do mechanical games fairly well. I'm no expert, but man,
Yeah.
it's not
Oh,
easy.
actually, there's a prediction. Yeet says we need a new Donkey Kong game.
Yes.
Oh.
Actually,
Oh, Mike, cut out. Mike,
yeah.
press the button.
Yeah,
Press the button.
I did the thing again.
yeah,
Thanks for
okay.
saying something.
Oopsie.
May
Just
is
say,
back.
just say, and a push to talk. That's all it takes, guys. Okay. So, gentle reminders. Cool. So you mentioned something in the chat, like we need a new Donkey Kong game.
Yeah.
And there's actually rumors of a Donkey Kong being made by the people who did Odyssey. So
Yeah, if they did Donkey Kong 64 too, I would eat my own shirt. That was
too.
my favorite game growing up. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Me too.
we'd split the shirt. I don't think that we'd have to split the shirt in that case, which I'm fine with. Which I'm fine with. I
Okay,
love that game. I love that game. Get some Teeny Kong action and get some like Lanky Kong. I don't know. It was a collectathon that everyone hates these days because of how much collecting was in it, but that was the game I had, and I collected everything except for I think 2 bananas without a player's
Yeah.
guide. I collected
Oh.
everything. There's like, I remember it was specifically Lanky Kong, and it was like 2 bananas, and I had already at 103%ed the thing or whatever, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking a break. I'm done. I had to get a friend to do one of the mini games because I couldn't beat it. The friend who like specifically was good at that one video game, that one mini game, and not great with everything else. Anywho, we did a trade. Yeah,
That's
it's such a good game.
it's such a good. That's definitely the game I grew up on because my mom is also a gamer.
Oh yeah,
And she played that a lot.
it's so
And
good.
so, it is so good. I love the music. I just everything about it is
Yes.
so nostalgic to me.
I think that one's Grant Kirkhope. I could be wrong.
Is it? Let me see.
And like that's that that overworld theme is like home for me. You play that, and I'm like in bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like listen to covers of like the mining song. What is it called?
Oh, I don't.
It's like that one with the bees in it, and you
I don't
go in the
know.
mine and there's bees.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Fun,
that's a classic Donkey Kong thing. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've played Ukulele, but that's supposed to be pretty decent. And the sequel is supposed to be, sorry, the first one was supposed to be decent after they updated it and patched it and everything. The sequel is a Donkey Kong Country game. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. It has a fun gimmick where you could beat the game in the first level if you were a pro. And it's apparently a really solid Donkey Kong Country game. Ukulele is made by the original team from Donkey Kong, from Rare, so it's fairly authentic. Obviously, Ukulele is a different, property, but
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
I found a link to the song. It is David Wise though.
Oh, it's David Wise. Still,
But it's a cover to it. It's a cover to the song.
You
If
have to send
anybody,
me
is it
this.
okay if I post the or can I
Yeah,
send it
post
to you
it.
and then you post it if you want?
Yeah, post it in the
Um,
Discord.
Here, I'll post it into
Or
message.
post it,
But this
yeah, post it in the
cover,
chat.
this cover is so good. Oops, I think I did private message. My bad.
No, that's
Let me
fine.
to chat.
That's fine. Yeah. So, ooh, what just happened? That's
You
cool.
lost me. Ah! That cover is so good. I was trying. Sorry.
Beautiful. We're back. Yes.
We're back.
Yes, who's back?
I love
It's
video game
me.
covers. So, May,
So
what are
good.
your video game predictions for E3? Is Reggie going to be there? Are you going to see Reggie? Is his body
no,
gonna be ready?
Well, no.
Mother
Just because I
3.
retweeted it once,
I saw it.
everyone's
I saw that.
talking to me about Reggie.
Yes.
Like, I seriously, I retweeted one thing about Reggie, and everyone's like, "So May, how about Reggie?" And I'm like, "Is your body not Reggie? I thought we were all Reggie." Anyway, so I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. I was saying before we started that I've been blissfully like tuned out, and normally I'm like really plugged into this because of Ninty Fresh and Switch Player Mag, but
Yeah.
I just haven't really been tuned into like what's the probable predictions.
Yeah.
And to me is more like what would I like to see. I mean, obviously, I mean, we kind of touched on it earlier, not a game thing, but on a hardware level.
Oh yes, the Pro.
After E3, I don't know about at E3. I think it's all software. I think they specifically said E3 is all
really?
software. I think someone told me that, but they are having a treehouse like right after, and they're probably going to announce it. And I think during the treehouse because that's a presentation they have complete control over. Um, maybe they've been working on it for a long time, and they don't want to be constrained by whatever E3 is. So all the game reveals will probably happen during E3, and then they'll reveal the Switch Pro like during the treehouse.
I would be surprised that if they didn't reveal it at the E3. I feel like that would be maybe they could do it at holiday season.
I might have been misinformed. I might have been misinformed, but I said pretty confidently to someone like, "Oh, they're probably going to announce it at E3," and they were like, "No, they specifically said it was on the software."
I mean,
so,
the interesting thing was apparently there was a huge leak this week that was going to be this past week that was going to be revealed on like Thursday, and then everyone was waiting. And I'm like, I don't think they're going to reveal it before E3. Why would they do that? Why would they reveal it before the biggest conference in gaming, and then have it just not be in the news?
They're not going to.
Yeah,
that's fine because they're not. Everything that comes out is controlled by Nintendo. All the leaks that happen, they usually want to happen in a controlled flow, so that you get excited about the console and you save your money for the console, and you don't spend all your money on the Xbox One and PlayStation 5 at holiday season 2020 because you know that there's a Switch Pro coming. Like we knew that in holiday season because there were controlled leaks. So they're not going to now just unbuckle their belt. But at the E3, if they do, I think that makes sense to me. Pocket, I agree. But based on what I was told, that's not going to happen. But I don't know. That was just some other game journalist I was talking to.
It's fairly tactical to do it right after E3.
As after, and also in a way that they can completely control how they can talk about it for 45 minutes if they want. You know what I mean? It's a presentation they can completely control every aspect of as a producer, I'm thinking that's like a dream for PR and for marketing. You don't have to do anything constrained. It's all your
Nintendo's very big on that already, right?
Nintendo's very big on that. Nintendo and Disney are both very big on controlling their product. So I think that makes sense that they're going to reveal it during the treehouse. But to what you asked me, I don't really have a prediction that I think is relevant, that they're actually going to do. The only thing, if I had to take a little stab in the dark, like you said, it's the year of Zelda.
Yes.
So perhaps they're going to give us the oracles in some sort of HD form. It's something everyone's been asking for. It's something they've done. They gave us Link's Awakening in a beautiful, beautiful, kind of storybook-esque.
Yeah.
Some people loved it, so take it or leave it. I liked it.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mic cut out for a sec there.
No, you're fine.
But I think that would be cool. That would be more likely than my wish list one, which would be Majora's Mask HD.
You love Majora's Mask, yeah.
That game is
I'm
beautiful.
selfish. I want it again. Come on, you had to give it to us on the DS. Give us Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask HD.
Imagine,
that would be amazing.
Imagine if Ocarina of Time looked like Twilight Princess or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
How I would die happy.
They come out with that combined with A Link to the Past redone in a way like Link's Awakening or something. Everyone just
that would be so
cool. A Link to the Past is another one.
Delicious.
I don't think anyone would complain about A Link to the Past being remade because it's a beloved game. I wrote an article about it just now for Ninty Fresh. However, it is really, really, really accessible via Virtual Console and really, really, really popular. I think the Oracle games need it more. I would like to see the Oracle games more so just because I think they need that limelight again.
They really do.
I think A Link to the Past is the most classic, and I wrote a whole article about why it's a really good game, trust me. But I think the Oracle games need it.
They were slept on. They weren't. I mean, the crowd that bought them enjoyed them, and it wasn't a small crowd. But that was it. It was just Game Boy Color, and there was a re-release, I believe, on the 3DS store, which I should just go buy. But aside from that, those games are iconic, especially from what I remember. Oracle of Seasons was supposed to be like the better of the two. I don't know. It was going to be 3 games. Was it going to be 3 games? It had a weird process.
Yeah,
It had,
there
I have
was
no
like
idea.
yeah, there was like
I-
it was just so much that they were building there. It's like when it's very interesting with Nintendo games. Like that game was going to be 3 games. Um, Golden Sun was supposed to be 1 game. It was split into 2, I believe. Yeah, all these
yeah,
weird things.
I remember they saying that they were planning on having those games like in 3, and in the end they went for the 2 formula, kind of reminiscent to the Pokemon games, like kind of the way that they do it with their like exclusives and stuff. And what they did is that one game was actually more story based and the other game was more puzzle based. So if you liked let's say the puzzle aspect of Zelda, which is always present, but it was so focused in that part, like in the puzzle solving, then you would get one game. And if you were more like maybe like towards like story, then you would get the other game. And you could just, if you went for, let's say, the completionist in you, you could
Yeah.
just get both games and you could even like
Ah,
interconnect them together
like
and
Pokemon and
unlock some
swap
special
Zeldas.
stuff. Exactly.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I honestly think Nintendo is missing a lot of money if they don't give those Oracle games the same treatment they gave to Link's Awakening.
Yeah.
And I would also say, like May mentioned, like Link to the Past is a very good game. I had the pleasure of playing that game not too long ago. My memories is still like blurry with some of the dungeons and some of the puzzles and the secrets, but
Yeah.
that game is so good.
I have to play all of these. I didn't play a single 2D Zelda until
Yeah.
like Minish Cap. I played them a
Manage
little bit.
Cap's beautiful.
Yeah, I beat Minish Cap back in the day. Maybe I played like a little bit of each. I never got far in Link's Awakening in Link to the Past until I played it on stream. I beat it on stream, so that was fun. And I have Link's
Nice.
Awakening, so I'm ready to try that whenever I get to that. But like they've really
It's-
got to
yeah.
do something. I think it's like the 30th birthday as well. Oh, sorry, it's got to be like the 35th at least for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong came out way before.
It's the
Um,
35th for Zelda and the 25th for Pokemon, I think.
But
Oh,
but
wow.
Donkey Kong's older, so I don't know. It's 30 something for Donkey Kong. Maybe it's the 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong, and they're not doing anything for that. I don't know,
Jeez.
right?
Yeah, I want to make it a thing because I only started Zelda on Ocarina of Time and I moved up, but I didn't get to play any of the 2D ones, but I've like seen people
Yeah.
play it
Link to the Past was
and
fun.
hear people talk about it a lot. So I want to make it a thing at some point where I play those series
And a Link
just
to,
so I can
yeah,
fully understand now,
yeah.
like just the whole series.
I haven't beaten the first Zelda. Though I used to play that a lot. Never beat the first Zelda. That one's a little more clunky.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, older games tend to be more clunky, right?
It was very
But,
much a product of its time. It was.
I want to tell you, Pocket.
Tell me,
You
tell
were
me.
saying about Donkey Kong, and you're right. It is the 30th of Donkey Kong. I just looked it up.
30.
But wouldn't 30th? Wouldn't
okay.
it be something? Or sorry, I might have misread it. But
Yeah, it's
it
probably
is a
Donkey
big
Kong
anniversary for Donkey Kong. But imagine how cool it would be if it revealed that Donkey Kong rumor was true at E3, and they were like, "Surprise! We didn't forget about you, Donkey Kong.
We didn't forget about you.
Yay!
Yeah, I played a bit of Tropical Freeze. That was fun. Like, I don't know if you
I have
guys
the
played
game.
it. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I have that game.
I don't have it for
Very fun.
Switch. I have it for
Tempting.
Wii U.
Yeah.
They're gonna announce another. Watch this. They're gonna go into E3 and they're gonna announce another Fire Emblem game, and then like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker 3, and that's what we're gonna get. Though Captain Toad apparently was really good, so it doesn't.
Why are you
Not-
putting that energy out in the universe, Pocket?
I'll be honest. I've been deeply disappointed with. Not deeply disappointed. Like I don't deserve anything from them, right? But I have not found an E3 or sorry, this past year I haven't found a direct from them where I've been like excited. They've
Or
been
thrilled. Yeah.
yeah. I think the last.
Well,
big
you
thing
don't
they
have
did
many
was,
to pick from this year.
What? No, there was.
Oh,
a
you
couple
mean
indie
this
directs.
past year?
This
like
past
this
year.
past
At
calendar
least
year?
this
or-
past year. I just can't remember the last time I was excited about like Nintendo's E3
Okay, I
lineup,
thought
'cause
you meant
there's-
like just 2021, but like, what
yeah,
about jumping over water in Animal Crossing? I was at the Nintendo store
it's like whatever.
when they announced that, and when the little villager jumped over the water, everyone was, you would think that they were just like on TV, like, y'all, we just cured cancer. Everyone was like, bro, you can jump over water. Whoa! Like, everyone was freaking, like, how is that not the highlight of your life, Pocket?
I mean, I wasn't a huge
Finding out that
Animal
you can
Crossing
jump
fan.
in Animal Crossing.
I stopped. After I began work life, I played Animal Crossing again, and I was like,
I
the
saw you watching
capitalism-
that Minecraft Steve. What about that
Which one?
Minecraft Steve one? You were freaking out
I
about the
freak
Minecraft
out over
Steve direct.
every Smash reveal. Like the direct is like, this is me during a direct. It's like me deeply disappointed. Oh, okay, we're getting WWE. Okay, like why are they putting 20 minutes on Project Triangle strategy? I don't need to know the breakdown of the mechanics. And then they're like Minecraft.
I hate
Steve's
when
in
they
Smash,
do that.
and I lose my mind. You know, like any Smash introduction, like I lose my mind. But like, that the rest of it, I just haven't had. If they did something with Zelda, I'd be very excited. Star Fox, I'd be very excited. I mean, a lot. There's so many franchises. Even the stuff we talk about, Mario Party, I'm excited. Any of the Cornerstone franchises, I'm not that picky. The Zelda 35 stuff is I'm gonna be happy about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that they're gonna do stuff with Metroid. That's always been a thing for me. But yeah. Beta, did we ask you already what your favorite? I know you were scouring the internet for predictions, but do you have anything that you would want to see from any of your?
Honestly, kind of already talked about them.
Yeah, I know you play Overwatch. There's like the sequel coming out at some point, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm excited for that, but I'm not like. I have a love and hate relationship with Overwatch. It's like I love it, but like I hate it at the same time. Apparently, there's changes that they're saying they made to where I don't know if everyone here has played Overwatch, but like in the meta now that you can only have one tank as opposed to two tanks. There used to be like two tanks, two DPS, and two supports.
Okay.
So now it's going to be like one tank. It's good. So that's like 6 characters. So now it's going to be 5, and they're going to have only one tank. And so apparently
You
a
like
lot
that
of
or not
people
like
are
that?
really upset. I'm
I'm
gonna give it a chance, I guess.
I was
I
talking
don't
to
know
someone.
yet.
I think I forget who it was, and I was like, this makes more sense to me because every time I play Overwatch, and I love competitive games. Well, whatever. I will give competitive games a chance. It's just
Yeah.
been a cluster of explosions everywhere and people and bodies flying, and I haven't been able to add any skill to it, and that's when I feel like Mario Kart syndrome of me getting hit by a shell and then all that stuff.
Yeah, Overwatch is definitely a game you should have a team with, and so you can have cohesion and good comms.
That's
Yeah,
what I
people-
did like about Overwatch is the people again. Same
yeah,
same
honestly,
thing.
and it's so sad because like that was my first PC game when I started PC gaming that I played, and it has an amazing like they're gonna make Overwatch 2 have a story in it, which I'm excited for. I love the characters. And I think the community started going downhill just because the comp system is just kind of meh. Like it doesn't reward you for doing good. Like the golden guns, like you would think if you got like golden guns, that means like maybe you reached a certain level and you unlocked it.
Golden
but
gun
just the
only means
amount of-
one thing to an old school Nintendo fan, and you know that. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. But you can just unlock golden guns with like coins. So just
Okay.
you play the game a lot. So there's no real initiative like to do good in comp unless if you're already like in higher ranks.
Right.
But
It's
like
like me in Fortnite where there's a bunch of, and yeah, I embarrassingly play Fortnite. There is when I'm off stream, anything goes. Like I'm in a bunch
hey,
of
that
these.
Travis Scott was good. That Travis
Was it?
Scott.
I actually.
Oh, that was so dope.
I think I came in. That's like when I started, and I didn't I didn't get a chance to really even see any of that.
I mean, you don't even have just look at the YouTube video
videos.
Travis Scott
They
concert.
do very well
it
with
was
their
their
yeah.
marketing.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah. But
They-
sorry, yeah.
Not marketing. They do very well. They make it into an events platform, which is very interesting. They do these concerts, and like they have like screens in the game, and then things come out of the screen sometimes. The entire world changes, and they make the place a fun place where they're like add in like different guns that you can shoot at your friends in this
Yeah.
like mini world.
Yeah.
And
Virtual
so
concert.
it's very interesting. But anywho, just to get back on topic,
Yeah.
I'll log in, and it's a game where it's 100 people, and I'll be on a team of 4, and I'll do a couple quests, and then maybe my game will die, or I'm not gonna be stressed out. I came to do the quests, and now I have to abandon these teammates. Like, it doesn't reward you for playing correctly and playing in a way that rewards the other players that you play with. So that's all I was relating to.
Yeah. But definitely, yeah, I think that's a lot of people are kind of scared now. Because to be honest, like Blizzard hasn't been releasing that much content for Overwatch. And from when I was discussing with my boyfriend, he was saying that he thinks the reason why that is because they're moving Overwatch 2 onto a whole new like engine, which is what since they're moving it, they, I guess, maybe didn't have the time to do more content on a new one, on the old one, or felt
Okay.
like it wasn't worth it since they're going to Overwatch 2. I feel like
Well, Overwatch 2, yeah, I don't know. Overwatch 2 is gonna be. It's people are very confused with what even Overwatch 2 is. It's like a little bit of an upgrade, but like.
yeah, so what it is, so they're basically going to add a story mode along with being able to customize your character.
Oh, okay, that's
So
cool.
I think like upgrade your character. So if you're a Tracer, you can upgrade her in certain aspects. I'm not sure what exactly, but so they're going to be able to customize it along with the story mode. They're also adding graphic wise, they're making it feel better. Is that what they said? So we'll
Okay.
see. So like they did new gun like recordings for like the guns, so they sound more realistic, like Soldier's Gun. I think they made it feel like there's more pushback or more power behind it. So I think they were limited to limited with the engine they were using before. I
Yeah.
fact check me on that just in case, because I could be wrong. But so I
Yeah.
think, because honestly, with it being as like old as it is, they have no content. Like there's nothing, like nothing's new coming out, and I figured that they probably are just going to all pack it into Overwatch 2, but people are very apprehensive of how they're going to do so, because let's be honest, they've been lacking for quite a few years now. And the online ranking system, and it's just it all sucks. And now
it all just sucks, man.
sucks.
Yeah,
And-
Overwatch really lends itself to that story-based game too.
Yeah.
And now that all the new content that comes out that I care about, I don't play anymore. Is like I love reading the comics and reading about like what the characters are up to, like in the canon. Like I think a story-based Overwatch game would really pull in new people, and maybe bring some people back who were disenchanted by the online aspect of it.
100%. And right now it's basically the voice actors who are keeping it up, because
Oh yeah.
I mod for Johnny Cruz, and he's the voice actor of Lucio.
Nice.
And so now he streams. Yeah, so he's been streaming Overwatch for over 6 months now.
Okay.
And like and it's just nice to see, because you are getting part of that community back that kind of left after all the toxicity came in.
Okay.
And so like it kind of did spark my love for the game again, because I started meeting people who were playing it that were nice and that weren't like just toxic. And and you see like Lucy Pohl, like the voice
Well, I
actress
guess
for
with
Mercy.
with all these competitive games, there's always a toxic community, and you always have to find your own community and play with your own friends. I don't know if there's any online community where you put yourself in the pool of everyone and you're not gonna find the bad Pepes.
Yeah,
You know, like
that's true.
it's the reason why I quit League of Legends in the first place.
Oh,
Like,
I heard it's bad. I've
it was.
never played it, but I
I'm
heard it's
sure it got
bad.
better because it could not go further downhill. It was the most. It was a fascinating predicament. It was a game that I got addicted to, but would beat me up. You know, like that is an
Yeah.
abusive relationship right there. Like what? Why?
Yeah, like the last thing you want to do, like we all have our problems outside in life. The last thing you want to deal with is to go on a game you love and then
Yeah.
deal with toxic people. It's like, come
Yeah.
on.
It's like, come
Like
on.
just let me enjoy myself for a second, okay?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's why if you guys are playing any games, you should be playing it with these lovely people. They're very inviting, very caring, and they welcome people onto their games. Typically, I don't know all your protocols for all these things, but anyhow.
Unless it's Mario Kart.
Yes.
You challenged me to Mario Kart.
May, join us. Join the dark side. Join us. Do it.
I'll do it. Maybe. Maybe.
Come on, Mario Kart. Mario Kart.
I
I
May,
don't
May
know. I
just
feel like by the time I
Mario,
get it, there'll be.
Mario.
I'm gonna buy it, and there's gonna be a new Mario Kart, and then I'm gonna send you all an invoice for my
that's
Mario
the thing.
Kart.
There might
Do
be
you-
because they haven't
They haven't announced it.
Well, it's not just that. It's the whole thing is Mario Kart for the Sorry, I'm spacing out. This is a Mario Kart that was for the Wii U. This is not a Mario Kart that was for the Switch.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like there's got to be one coming soon, and by the time I get it and train up through it, they'll be like, "Here's Mario Kart Pro Turbo Electronic Deluxe
That's a
Space
cool-
Edition."
That's a cool way to put it. That's cool.
I know they haven't released anything, and I wish they would. And
I
you
was
look
pretty-
online.
I was pretty late on getting a Switch, anyways. Part of the reason, like, I only got Smash like in the fall of this last year. So,
When'd you get your
well,
Switch?
I got it in 2019.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when so when Wii U came out, like and then I was like, I know there's something else coming out, like everyone knew, and I was like, let's wait. This Wii U looks kind of weird. There's nothing coming out for it on launch, and my ex ended up getting it for us. And then when the Switch came out, he was like, oh, we already have a Wii U. We don't need it. So it wasn't until after I moved to New York and like saved up some money for like a year, and then I got a Switch.
by
Yeah,
the
so it was
way-
like early 2019 that I got it.
I found a
Very
really cheap
good.
way to get Game Pass, and then I felt like I needed to have PlayStation Plus, and I don't have any of those systems. I use my roommate's systems, so I'm like, do I want to switch Pro or do I want to just get those systems? Because I have access to so many games now. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a dork.
that's cool.
I'm a huge dork.
What do you need help troubleshooting the?
So apparently,
Thing?
if people don't know this by now, there's been apparently some frame dips, some excessive frame dips. My stream health is incredibly bad. So this is a shout out to my my provider Spectrum, for making this an audio podcast today.
Oh my God, the amount of issues. Spectrum.
I think it's
You
Spectrum.
have one job.
I want to say
You have one job.
You have one job. So it's gonna be a little bit of an audio podcast. We can
One
even end it here.
job.
I don't mind doing it a little bit audio right now. I think we're still vibing and everything until the end of the hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
like,
chill.
Right? Like
A great
you
time.
guys in the comments are able. Seems like the evil doctor has the right idea. We got audio, and that's the spirit of a podcast. It's all we need.
Yeah.
True.
I-
That's honestly
actually-
true.
I actually need to add this, and I apologize. I mean, I don't intend to bring any kind of like sadness or negativity, but
No,
like
please.
the fact that you guys are here with me, and the fact that I was invited by Pocket to this podcast definitely made my weekend, because I was dealing with some anxiety earlier today, and I was like, dude, I just want already for it to be like 6 p.m. so that I can join and have some fun.
Dude, you
Aw,
know how honored I am
Jazz.
by that. Like, you are always invited. If you're having a bad weekend, you just met and you were like, "Hey, I want to just boost my weekend." Don't even message me beforehand. Just be like, "Yeah, I'm coming on the podcast." You know, if that could boost your day, you know I'm here for it. Jazc is
Thank you, Pocket.
no, of course. Jazc is like, it's not only that, it's the podcast is boosted by you being here. So
Oh.
it's not like it goes one way. It's definitely um definitely appreciated.
So wholesome.
I know,
Yeah.
I love it so much. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Is it weird that streamer friends are the best friends ever?
No,
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 Yes,
Not
it
at all.
is. It's super
no,
weird.
it's not. Why
There's
is it
strangers on the
not?
Why is it
internet.
weird?
No, we're people though. We're just
People
we have
suck.
the power. We have the.
I'm not a stranger to you, first of all.
That's
second
true.
Second of all, then none of these people are strangers. Like Jazc and everyone, like we know these. They're our buddies.
I mean, think of how amazing this is, though. Like, imagine if we didn't have the internet this way during the pandemic. We would all be stuck at home, lonely. I mean, a lot of us already are, but I think live streaming has opened up this whole new world for people to connect, like through the internet. And
Oh yeah, I only started in December, and it was such a whirlwind. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't able to go outside essentially, and then I go on here, and it's like Jazc and BCV, who still hasn't come on the podcast, by the way. I said I was starting the podcast,
Ooh.
and my one goal on the podcast was to get her on here. She's so shy about this stuff.
oh,
Yeah. Like, it's just like the whirlwind of kind people, May opening up to be very inviting. Everyone, it's just the sweetest thing I've encountered. I didn't expect to like not care about not going outside again during the pandemic because I started streaming, but that's what happened. I don't know. It's weird.
I love it. I love it. I consider everybody that I meet like my friend now, and like it honestly makes me really happy because I've connected easier with people over the internet than I have had in person. Either because I'm probably pretty awkward in person, but
Oh,
Are you?
Count
That's
me
pretty
in.
great. By the way, yeah.
Same train. Count me in.
right? But
Blurry.
I love that we're able to meet people from all around the world, and
Yeah. Oh
so
yeah.
now when we travel, like I can be like, oh, I have a friend
Yeah.
in New York. You're like, what's
Yeah.
up, guys? Let's hang out.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
I have friends in
super cool.
Australia. Let's freaking
Yeah.
go. Like,
My favorite thing
it's awesome.
is like, let's say I'd wake up in the middle of the night from like not sleeping too well. I'd go on Twitch and like make a friend in Australia, and like it's the coolest thing.
Right?
Yeah.
It is so awesome. And it like the rewarding part for me is building those relationships with people and seeing other people build relationships with others too around you. It's like, this is dope. Like, you're just building this whole community of people who are going to be there for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, like
But
it's
I like to
gamified.
think that.
Like you have people from Australia, you have people from Japan. I have people like in the case of my own like channel, I have people from Russia, from Italy, from Germany, from
Mhm.
UK, from Portugal, from Canada, from New York, California, Mexico, Costa Rica.
So
Represent.
cool.
It's
Yeah,
the
I mean, like from
craziest
all over the
thing.
world. It's insane.
It's so cool. And I think it also, I don't speak for everybody, but I think also being like on the internet too, whether you're streaming face cam or not, it gives you that sense of security, like where you're still in your own comfortable spot.
Yeah.
But it helps those who are, who do have social anxiety, have a hard time going out, like somewhat
That's-
connect to other
That's
people
a huge
too.
deal. Yeah, I mean that's a huge deal to me and to all of us, I'm sure. Like the aspect of people when they come on and they're like, oh, I'm on my break and I'm watching your stream, or oh, like I had a bad day, I'm glad I'm here.
Yeah.
Like that's the biggest compliment you could give a streamer, because I mean, again, not speaking for everyone, like as you said, I stream because I only stream what I feel like playing, because I just want to have fun streaming, because I want the people who are watching to just feel like they have someone to hang out with, because that's why I watch streams.
Yeah.
Because if I'm sitting around, I just don't want to feel like I'm alone for a little bit. And I usually like half lurk, where I'm like, I'm there. If I want to chime in, I can. So when people come in, they're like, "Oh, sorry, I have to come in and out," and like, or sorry, I have to lurk. Like, no,
Just stop it.
bonk,
Yeah.
bonk, bonk. I stop
Bonk.
apologizing, bonk.
Well, excuse me,
No,
princess.
Yeah.
don't ever apologize for that. It's the biggest compliment you can give a streamer, that our
Yeah.
stream is making you less stressed out, that it's helping you forget about your problems for a little
Yes.
while, that it's helping you to kind of just reset and enjoy and relax. It's a huge deal to us.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
It's so great. It's so great, and we'll talk more about this on future podcasts. But just to be mindful of people's time, we are closing in on like the 2 hour mark, so we'll try to, I guess, give closing thoughts. And the way we end the podcast is twofold. First, we let you guys have a little bit of a shout out to talk about anything you guys want, whether it's peanut butter or your stream. No one ever chooses to go the weird route. And then we'll find a small streamer of like one follower or something and raid them. So if you guys in the
Nice.
Yes,
chat, if you guys
yes.
want to find someone who has like really really low numbers, or um preferably like
And-
I guess Nintendo, since we've been talking Nintendo a lot,
And let's send
let
some
us
love.
know. And preferably a face cam if you can do it. Let us know who we will raid them. But first, any closing thoughts from any of you guys? Anything that jumps out?
I want to jump
Yeah.
in. Two things before we wrap it up. I think you skipped my predictions, so I'm just gonna
Did
go
I?
through them like really quickly.
Oh yeah, no. Take your time on it. I mean, as long as
Yeah,
we
I
have
mean,
time.
most of you already talked about them, so
I thought I
maybe
specifically asked you. I'm sorry.
yeah, I mean you did, but then we,
Oh, okay,
I think
yeah,
we
okay, go
just
for it.
went to a different route. But I mean, anyways, and you don't need to feel bad about this.
Yeah.
I didn't mind at all. So well, I mean, I was thinking, most of you guys already talked about most of the games that might or might not be presented. I would say definitely please give us something about Metroid Prime 4,
Yes.
Bayonetta 3. It was
Yes.
advertised like this like hint that they gave us and nothing else.
That's like 2 years
Please,
ago. It was like 2 years
yeah,
ago they gave us
please.
the Bayonetta 2
It
teaser.
was, yeah, it was along with the one from Metroid Prime 4 before they
Yeah,
restarted
exactly.
like the whole like development cycle.
They had to restart development
Yes,
for Metroid
like
Prime 4.
I would say please Nintendo, please like give the Oracle games the same
Yes.
treatment you did to Link's Awakening, because guys, I have the original 1993 Link's Awakening
Yes.
for the Game
Oh
Boy.
yeah, no, I've
And
got that in the other
actually can
room.
show you. Yeah, and I can actually show you, like if I put it on my Game Boy Advance SP,
Oh,
it
nostalgia.
still works. And you can
That's
hear the
OG.
Oh,
little music there.
I love it. I love it. I've got to send you a picture
That's
of my.
nostalgic.
Yeah, I
of
will
my
send you
stuff.
pictures about this.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I
Oh,
hear
it's-
it.
yeah,
I hear it.
yeah, we
Oh,
hear
it's so
it.
cute.
This game is beautiful. It was my very first Zelda game ever, even before the Ocarina of Time. So if you guys, any of you guys, want to, experience Zelda for the first time, or if you guys want to be like new to the series or something, this is a very good entry because number one, it's a very short game. You're not gonna like feel like it's overwhelmingly long, like for example, Twilight Princess or Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And it actually has the whole package. Like all the basics from Zelda games are here. Like this was the first game that introduced the Ocarina songs. This
Oh,
was the
yeah.
first game that introduced, let's say, the trade sequence. I mean, there are a lot of firsts in this game. First game that had Nintendo, like other Mario games and other Nintendo related games, like little cameos or Easter eggs. Like you can actually, there is a side quest where you need to buy a Yoshi doll and give it to someone that will give you
Yeah.
something else and so on.
That's cute.
It's a goofy.
Um,
Yeah, they allowed them to do whatever they wanted with that game.
Yeah. Also, the first game that introduced the bomb arrows,
Oh.
very important. Yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, there are a lot of aspects about this game that I'm not actually like remember at this moment that
Bomb
were first
bowling.
for the
Oh, that's
Zelda
so
franchise.
cool.
So yeah, this is definitely, if you want to experience Zelda at its like most like pure,
Yeah.
definitely this one.
Why am I gonna cry from like
Aw.
like with Zelda being at its most pure? I'm like, what?
Yeah, the purest
Yeah.
Zelda game.
It is a very.
And yes,
I
And
completely agree with that. It's
yeah,
the all the firsts, and it's something that I think people overlooked. It's a good thing Nintendo brought it back for Switch.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
I'm getting it. I have
yeah.
to.
Also, A Link to the Past is a beautiful game. It came actually before this one, so most of the things that were implemented or carrying on to future games were taken from directly from the A Link to the Past. And maybe they could throw, along with the season, the Oracle season and Oracle of Ages, they could
Yeah.
throw A Link to the Past there into the mix with the same art style, because the art style that they went for on the Switch is beautiful. Like, I have the game and I have already like beaten it like 3 times, and I am
Really?
definitely going for a fourth one. Like, I don't get tired about that game.
I love that.
It's
I love
Yeah, and
that.
yeah, it's I I I I always got stuck in like the first area in Link's Awakening, which is the most embarrassing thing to say. I've been stuck there like three
don't.
different times, and I have it on. I have a May knows my collection. I have like the gray brick Game Boy. I have a Game Boy Advance, and I don't. I think it was because we were buying something at GameStop. May I actually got with you? I purchased Link's Awakening, for the Switch. So I don't know which one to choose now. I don't know whether to play on the
Were you
old.
with me for that? Was it?
Yeah,
I thought you were buying Let's Go
I bought Let's
for.
Go and I think I bought Let's Go
Oh.
and Link's Awakening. I think that's what happened.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Oh
think that's what
yeah, you
happened.
were doing a two for. Oh, I remember, and I
Yeah,
screwed it up
it
by.
was goofy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was all. Yeah.
yeah, we did a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, do you have any more? I'm trying to be mindful of our guest time very quickly. Any more predictions, Jask? I want to make sure that I get through that though.
I mean, they definitely need to show us some gameplay of Breath of the Wild 2. And like May
Yes.
say earlier, maybe they're gonna save like the hardware like show off with,
Yeah.
along with the gameplay on the Treehouse presentation. But I mean, we will see. I am honestly keeping my expectations very low, because like you said, Pocket, and not too long ago,
Yeah.
like
It's not.
it's been quite a while since the last time I actually felt excited about an E3. It's really weird. It's always mostly about the Smash character that gets me a little bit excited, and that's it.
Yes, and
It's
maybe next week we'll. I mean,
yeah.
depending. We're going to do a podcast next week, but I'll probably have Smash predictions next week. Let's go around and just have everyone do their shout outs. I guess starting with, sure, Galactic Beta.
Oh, hey guys. I don't know how to do shout out, but I'm Galactic Beta.
Yeah, just tell them a little
Hey.
bit about what you would
Right
there.
find if they if they went to your
Okay, so
channel.
so I'm a variety streamer, so I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect lately. I do sometimes play Overwatch. And then I'm going to be playing Pokemon Snap for the first time tonight, so I'm super
Oh, snap.
excited.
Super
Oh
exciting.
snap. And then I just came out. Well, I used to do Spooky Sundays. I'm thinking
cool.
of doing Spooky Sundays again every other Sunday. And then I'm also doing sub games on Sundays too. So those who are subscribed, they get to pick the game we stream and they get to play with me. So it'd be
That's awesome.
it's going to be kind of like a community thing. So I do play sometimes Call of Duty, even though I suck at it. Same with Overwatch. I play Mario Kart. That's the only game I'm good at.
Yeah, there you go.
We have
Very
Mario
good.
Kart Mondays, May.
Ooh.
If you get Mario Kart, we
Gotta
have
do it.
Mario Kart Mondays, and I'm trying
Wait.
to get a full
We'll all do it.
lobby of 12 people. So 11 plus or me. So yeah, all 12 people.
If
get
you call on
Mario
us, we will
Kart.
deliver. We're more
Mario
than happy
Kart.
to. Yeah,
Mario.
Mario.
Yeah,
Kart.
so guys, if you want to play Mario Kart with us, Mario Kart
Why you do
Mondays, where
this?
it's at.
May, would you like to tell them a little bit about yourself, even though you've done this a couple times?
Yeah, I sort of at the beginning. Well, first of all, yeah, thanks for having me today. It was really nice.
Of course,
Um,
always happy to have you. You guys are amazing.
I really appreciated it. It was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I stream whenever I feel like streaming, and I play whatever I feel like playing.
I love it.
It's always fun. We've been playing a lot of Snap lately. We've been playing a lot of Metopia lately because I'm reviewing that one for Ninty Fresh.
Oh, yeah.
We've been playing a little bit of Cyberpunk now that it works again as of like January. We play a little bit of everything. Octopath